Welcome to Kidmissing TV. I am your host, Angelina Wilson, and this is New England November. I know if you're a longtime viewer and subscriber, you know that in the past we've done 90s November. But I have so many cases from New England that I decided to do New England November. So, this is the case of 13-year-old Stephanie Dameron from New Sweden, Maine. She actually just disappeared last month on September 24th. Actually, 2 months ago. She is 5 feet tall, 130 pounds, shoulder-length brown hair and green eyes. She was last seen wearing blue jeans, a blue long-sleeved shirt, and black Harley-Davidson boots. She had an argument with her sister and stormed out of the house, and they can't find her. Searches have been executed, including with dogs, by the Maine State Police and the FBI. New Sweden is a small town near Caribou, which is up on the Canadian border, the northern Canadian border. She turned 14 since she's been gone. Her birthday was shortly after she vanished. Her parents said, quote, "Stephanie got into an argument with her sister while we were gone and walked off. We live a half a mile back in the woods, and our kids are very comfortable in their surroundings, so there was nothing to raise flags the first few hours." The FBI's CART team, Child Abduction Rapid Deployment Team, is helping the Maine State Police, which is wonderful that they asked for that. They have followed up on leads in the state of Maine, in Canada, and throughout the nation, which is, again, wonderful. People online have been questioning the family leaving the kids home and whatever, I guess. Their parental decision making. In other words, why did they leave them home? I think you can leave your 14-year-old home, your 13, almost 14-year-old home alone for a little while. And their sister, who I think was older, that shouldn't be a problem. And the parents said, quote, "Child Protection Services has been in our home, verified and confirmed everything. We had nothing to do with this. We just want our baby home." No kidding. You weren't even there. I mean, and the warden service is also searching for her. And the Major Crimes Unit will continue to investigate in partnership with the FBI. And for those of you not in the United States, the FBI stands for Federal Bureau of Investigation. They're our federal policemen. That's the problem with Maine. There's a lot of woods up there. I think it's very sad. She could be out in the woods somewhere. And New Sweden is in Aroostook County, about 200 miles from the Canadian border. That's not terribly far. I mean, that's about as far as my family is from me to where they are in Maine from where I am in Massachusetts. So it's not that far. It's a 4-hour drive. Maine State Police are asking anyone with information about Stephanie's whereabouts to contact them at 1-800-924-2261. That's 1-800-924-2261 or 207-532-5400. 207-532-5400. I think, and I understand that these kids knew these woods probably like the back of their hand, but it is possible that she died of exposure. And they just haven't found her yet. Unless she was walking down their rural road and somebody picked her up, which is possible. Maybe somebody she knew or thought she knew. You know what I mean? When I say thought she knew, I mean she knew them, but didn't know them as well as she might have thought she did, if that makes sense. So there are a few potential theories. Now, the dying of exposure theory, I'm not sure about that one because the Warden Service are the best as far as searching areas like that. If anybody could have found her, they could have, and they usually do. So I'm wondering if she was walking down their rural road and was picked up, like I said, by somebody she thought she could trust. Did she have her own cell phone? Could she have called a friend and said, pick me up, I'm pissed? You know, something like that. My sister's a, blankety blank. And so that's possible. And then something happened. So we need to think of everything, And I'll keep looking for updates. I don't usually do cases this new. My cases are usually, just like gabulosis cases, Gabby's cases, mine are usually 20 or more years old. That's why I like watching hers so much, because she's like me. She goes back and does the ancient ones. I had planned on recording a whole bunch of these today, but unfortunately I could not get the new card to format. So, I mean, it's a SanDisk card. I don't know why it won't format. I can't get the button to press on the camera. So, sorry, I'm looking at the time. I have my nice bright light. So yeah. And there's not enough information for an Amber Alert, unfortunately, so there's that. So thank you for joining me, for taking a look at this case that is a little bit newer, a lot newer than we do. Remember, if you're in the United States, please cast your vote. Um, I plan to watch the election returns tomorrow with my mom. With my mom. See if I can make this better. I can't tell if you can see her. Ugh, there she is. She passed away in 2021, so this is my first election without her. My first, presidential election. So it feels weird because we always did this together. So I got myself a stuffed crust DiGiorno pizza and a little Friendly's ice cream sundae cup from the grocery store, and I'm going to have my own election night party. And I'm going to be wrapped up in my mom, ensconced in my mom. Thank you, Aunt Noreen, so much for this. It means the world to me. So, I am looking forward to sitting with my mom tomorrow. Even if it is just her face on a blanket, it still means everything. So, I think everybody has their own time that's difficult. The holidays are not easy because my mother died on December 19th, but at the same time, I have wonderful people in my life. Times like this that Mom and I would have been doing this together, even when Dad was alive, are hardest, And for me, as far as my dad goes, Easter is the worst. Especially last year because it fell on his birthday. But that's why Easter is the worst, because he was actually born on Easter Sunday. The year that he was born. My father was born on April 9th. And that was Easter last year. Not this year. Last year. 2023. And that was awful. So, thank you for joining me. God bless you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Sorry I was talking about my parents, but I miss them so much. Right now, like I said, I'm looking forward to tomorrow, even though it's going to be hard, and filling out my ballot and not having Mom to bounce the ballot questions off of and stuff. It's tough. So, I am going to prep on the other channel for my day tomorrow, because I'm looking forward to it, because I plan on making it feel like she's here. Our snack, our dessert with our snack. I'm going to wrap up in the blanket with her face on it and just have a day celebrating her and pray that the right candidate wins. And here's a clue. In my humble opinion, or not so humble opinion, it's not the male candidate. Yikes! What was that? Oh. I'm in a mess here because I'm trying to do my Christmas cards. Sorry about that. So God bless you, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.